let's talk about the fundamentals for marketing success. There's three main pieces, that you need to work on in order to make your plan a success from the marketing side. The message, the market, and the media. Those are the three things that you need to focus on. So let's start with the market, or the who. Who are we trying to get in front of? Now, if you ask a lot of business owners and say, hey, who is your ideal customer in the window treatment world? They're going to say, well, pretty much anybody, or anybody that's a homeowner, or anybody with a house, or a business owner, if you're doing commercial, that kind of stuff. But in reality, you really should dial it down to a very specific avatar or persona. This process, and we'll go through it a little bit today, this process will help you with so much of your marketing efforts and getting in front of the right people, having the right conversations, and making it easier for you to do things like raise prices and increase your overall monthly installs. So on page 9 of the workbook, we have a target customer avatar sheet. And this is something that I would definitely encourage you to take some time and spend looking through this and start to think about past customers and which customers were the best to work with and which ones had money and didn't complain and all of these different things, right? And start to kind of build this out in your head. Some of the things that you can look at, obviously, probably a homeowner, right? How old is that person? Typically, there's probably a range, but you probably have a specific age group that you really enjoy working with and that they do well. Are they married, male or female? What is their average household income? All these different things you can start to kind of think through around this customer avatar. From there, you can talk about what are their pains and frustrations? What are they struggling with? What are they trying to solve? And a lot of times it's not just a darker room. It's that they need better sleep because their spouse works third shift or something like that, right? That is the goal. The way that they get to that goal is maybe blackout shades, or maybe it's something else. But talk about what are those pains and frustrations that they're having that they can't seem to get to the goal or the solution that they've called to ask you for help with. Also, what are some of the things they're worried about? Like, are they worried about being overcharged? Are they worried about people coming into their home and making it dirty? Are they worried about the inconvenient times that you have to do the install? Those kinds of things. Maybe not having the right parts and having to come back a second time, right? All these are things that customers worry about and they should be talked about, right? And then, of course, goals and desires. This is more of the top level. We need blackout shades in my example, right? That is the goal. The goal could also be other things like having a really nice looking living room before the family comes over, right? Just wanting to impress the crowd or whatever. So a lot of different ways that people could talk about those goals and desires. And it's definitely worth knowing what those are because you can integrate those things into your sales approach when you go to their house. If you can see Joe Smith through Joe Smith's eyes, then you'll know how to sell what Joe Smith buys. This is a great saying. I absolutely love the saying, and it's very, very true. If you can get inside their head and understand how they're operating and what they're thinking, what questions they're coming up with, and proactively have that already built out and in place and in your mind, you're going to have an easier time on the sales side for sure. Thanks for tuning in with us here at Window Treatment Marketing Pros. This was just one piece of the conversation, so let's keep it going. Click right here for the next part and we'll see you there. Subscribe for more marketing tips for window treatment and awning companies.